Hi, everybody. Welcome to My Other's Keeper. Sorry, we started just a couple of minutes late, but things happen. And hi to Crystal Phoenix. Nice to meet you. I'm not sure if we've met before. I'm terrible with names. But Crystal M, I know you, and I'm glad you're a wrench again. I was able to figure that one out. So
I was
nice to see you
wondering what
both.
happened with that.
I changed my wrenches from being regular to managing. And when I changed it to managing, because at regular you can't kick off somebody,
Right.
but at managing you can. So I had to change them all, right? And then I couldn't find Crystal's information, and YouTube was not
Oh,
being even a little bit helpful. So I
they
finally was
don't have
able
a
to find
tendency
it.
to be very helpful sometimes.
No, not really. Not really. Hi, Crystal. Okay, so yeah. So that's kind of what's been up. I really like. Oh, Lord Kiss Freak, nice to see you. I like when. Okay, so this is this, and Brian Lucas is here. Fabulous. Okay,
Thank you
I
guys all
I'm
for
just.
coming.
Pardon.
I was telling everybody thank you for coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's really great when we can have people come. Then we can have people add to the conversation, or if you want to just talk amongst yourselves in the chat, that works really well as well. So
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
I can lean on their energies. If they don't mind sharing their energies, I can lean on them.
don't think they'll have a hard time with that at all. So yeah, these people in here, as far as I know, are some of the nicest people I know.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's nothing but positive here, which is awesome.
I love it. Our
Oh
village
yeah,
we're building.
exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So
Yeah.
we're live on YouTube, but we're also live on Facebook.
Oh,
I
really?
hope it works. Yeah. I have it
Wow, I didn't know
connected to
that.
my Facebook live.
Right
And
on,
so
girl.
I
Look at
really,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Heck
So I'm really
yes.
hoping it's working over there. I have no idea even
Well,
how to
they'll
look
let
for
us
that.
know.
Yeah.
I got so
They will.
confused whenever I first started trying to do the streaming theme for my business. So
Oh,
confusing because way back then, especially, it was like, ugh. I finally got
right.
it figured out, but it took a long time.
Right. Okay.
That makes sense, Crystal. It was a different friend that she had spoken with,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but she still has some good information. I think that you guys should get a hold of each other. So I'll
Yeah.
send some contact info.
The Facebook link says I'm live. View on Facebook. Sorry, I'm just checking. We're not avoiding anything at all. Here we go. Yep, we're there.
Nothing.
There we go. Awesome. Yes. Okay, so I'm now going to close that because you can hear that probably through my headphones. And
I can hear
thank you,
you.
Crystal, for offering. But I did the thing, and it did its thing, and it worked.
It
So
did that.
it did that. It did the thing in a good way. Yes.
Right?
So, so many times it doesn't, right?
Oh, I am
So
like the poster child for if it's not going to go right.
Murphy's Law. Yep. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Appreciate it.
Hmm.
Yep.
Gotta love him.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So,
So,
yes,
Phoenix
chats
is
like this do
really,
need to be eased into slowly.
yeah,
I'm just, we're not avoiding anything. We're just easing in. It's like cold water.
yeah, and I hate cold, so it's gonna take a minute.
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, I don't mind cold because I can always put on more. Oh, I'm not supposed to be facing that way and talking. I don't mind cold because we've discovered this earlier. Um, because I can always put on more clothing, but there's only so much that the world really wants to see me take off. So
True, true,
yeah,
true.
yeah. There's I get down to the skin, and frankly, yeah, not so much.
Well, there's always the I like to be a hermit these days, and so if I started to do that, maybe it'd get everybody away anyways.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not a hermit, but man, if you ask my husband, I probably am. It's not that I fear going out, I just don't do it. So,
I don't like what I see when I go out there these days. I
mm,
don't like the humanity has changed so
yeah,
dramatically. I
yeah,
don't like that everywhere I go, something is going to happen, and it's more and more people that I have to worry about cleaning up for
yeah,
or appeasing or pleasing. And it's just, there's a lot.
yeah, absolutely. There is a lot. It's not it's not an easy world. I'm very
Mm-mm.
fortunate that I live in a teeny town of maybe 700 people. Um, but that would include cats and dogs. And oh wait, one of my daughter's classmates from high school had a baby. So the 701. So I mean, like it's easy to do the math.
Right. Well,
So we
my
live about
graduating class, we had 25
yeah, yeah. One daughter
in
had
the entire
22, the other
class.
one had 24.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's easy to be pretty much top of the class. 'Cause-
exactly. Yes. Unfortunately, at that rate, if you start out school bullied, you
Mhm.
probably aren't going to get very far away from your bullies. And
Yeah, that's true. Thank God, though, we
that
didn't really have
was
bullies there.
oh,
We were pretty blessed with that.
in this class there were a few in one of
Mm.
my daughter's classes there were a number of bullies and they the school didn't appropriately handle the bullying situations in
You
that
know,
when a bullying situation was reported there was actually a form that needed to get filled out. The person being bullied had to sign it and the bully, and then it would get filed. Never once in 12 years of school
mm-mm-mm.
did that happen. We only found out about it the last half of her last year of high school. And now
That
she
makes
can't
me
even
very
go down the
angry.
street. Oh, yeah, she can't even go down the street of that school without being sick to her stomach. So there's
You know,
definitely
my daughter was telling me about some stuff that's going on nowadays in schools
yep,
and the
yep,
rate of bullying that is happening and the lack of communication between teachers and parents is
yep,
astounding. And I
absolutely.
said, you know, the thing with that is the teachers, because she said the teachers are just scared to do anything because, you know, they don't want to. But you know what? The
It's
parents, yeah,
parents.
and
Yeah.
they need to stand up. They don't need to just let it go underneath the rug, or else it's going to become even more of a problem,
Little
you
Johnny,
know?
little Janie, they can do no
Hmm.
wrong. How dare you punish my
Hmm.
child for how dare you kick them out of school for now they can't be on this team because they had to miss too many practices
Hmm.
um, because they were out of school for bullying. It's like, well, duh.
They
Consequences.
didn't bully. That's the thing right there, consequences. If
Yeah.
you don't
And it's
understand what happens when you do an action, you're not going to care whether or not it happens.
precisely, precisely. Yeah.
I'm
And consequences with sequence. So in order.
mhm.
This happens,
Exactly.
therefore, a logical progression is this.
Right.
And, I learned about that in a parenting class when my girls were very little. And I was working for a settlement agency who settled immigrants and refugees. I was one of the facilitators for the parenting class, and we watched some videos. And that was an absolute game changer for me when it came to disciplining my children. You discipline, you don't punish.
Right.
Discipline is to teach. A disciple is a learner. To
Yes.
discipline is to teach. And so punish is without any specific rhyme or
Yeah.
reason, right?
Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it.
Yeah,
It really is. My dogs are barking.
that's okay. I can hear them sort of in the background, but it's not distracting, which is nice. Crystal actually
I
did a
didn't know.
cyberbullying panel a few months back, and her chapter, All That Glitters Isn't Gold, is about bullying. Crystal, I need you on my show.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Email me at, oops, that's not the one. At my others keeper is at gmail.com. Email me, talk to me, let me know. I would love to have you on. A, as an author, and B, because you've got some really cool things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Crystal's right. She's glad she was in school before social media. And
Lord, yeah.
yeah, because the things that kids say and cyberbullying is just a nut. It's just nuts. Brian wouldn't, there's no way Brian would want to be a teacher
Ring,
these days.
ring,
And he wanted
ring.
to be one at one point.
Oh well.
Hello.
I
Yeah,
am so sorry. I'm going to have to
that's
see what's going on. I am so.
okay.
This is bad form. Don't ever do this.
Don't ever do this, but that's okay. We will forgive you. I'm gonna mute you though, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, there's a big difference between the two. Absolutely. There's a big difference between punishment and consequence. Absolutely. Oh, Misha has your number. Okay, great. So I'll get your phone number from her. Um, but what Crystal says is exactly right. When we were in school in the 80s, I graduated in 1990. She graduated 95 or 96, I think. I don't know for sure, but she graduated a number of years after me. That was pre most things internet, and it was only people who were really very high up there with a lot of technical knowledge and engineering type jobs and really that kind of stuff who really even had a clue. And now it is so easy. A little 4-year-old can have a phone and let's see, it even okay. So yeah, a 4-year-old can have a phone and suddenly there you go. You've got all your information there and yeah. All right. Okay, so Crystal M says that there are two crystals here. So if you want to call her Diesel, that was her nickname. Feel free. She's cool with that. And Alfonso, good to see you. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. So let me take down my email. Okay. But I am going to put up that there's going to be a trigger warning. What we are going to talk about today is more about Christina's life. Misha's daughter, Christina, was killed a number of years ago. And it was handled very, very poorly by the authorities. And it left big scars, big, big scars. Christina's life meant so much more than what it was initially handled as, because it was handled as somebody who didn't matter, just died, was killed, maybe committed suicide. We don't know. We don't care. We talked about that in our last um, discussion. And Misha, are you back?
I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know.
Well,
It's
no,
some
that's fine.
imaginary shadow. I think they don't normally sit there by themselves.
It's the
And
pink
so I think that's what
elephants.
it is.
It's the pink
Well, you know,
elephants. Don't
they're
forget, those
usually,
exist.
I know, I know. But
Yeah.
anyways, I apologize. They're just going to have to bark. I can't tonight.
Okay. All right. So we're going to differentiate Crystal and Crystal by, I am going to call Crystal Phoenix. I'm going to call her Phoenix because Crystal M,
Mhm.
I will never remember to call you Diesel. They're trying to
No.
figure out what to call whom because they have
Yeah,
the
because we got
same
two
name,
crystals.
different spelling. Yeah, that's right. Yep. So I'm going to call Crystal Phoenix. I'm going to call her Phoenix. So
Well, I'm
yeah,
going to apologize because I probably will not be in the chat. It's very disorienting for me.
absolutely.
And
And
so,
once we start our discussion in full, I probably won't be in the chat a whole lot either. Um, if there is a question that you have, please put capital Q's, like 2 or 3 of them, so that I can actually see that really quick as I kind of glance over. If you have a comment that you really feel needs to be said on, so that people who are watching the replay, hi replay crew, so people who are watching the
hey,
replay can have an idea of what's going on, then absolutely put capital C's so we know it's a comment. But yeah, that way we'll let you guys chat in the chat because that's always a great way to build relationships.
Yeah.
So
A lot of magic happens in those comments in the chat.
absolutely. Yeah, the connection, the relationships that build, like that's how you and I met, was
Exactly.
in the chat at the lifeboat, wasn't it?
I think
Or
actually
was
it was
it
at the meeting, needing a meeting.
needing a meeting? There we go.
Mhm.
You're right. It was.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
all, they all stem from the lifeboat.
They kind of
Um,
do. We're all the ripples.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing community.
It is amazing community. And
Were it not
unfortunately,
for were it
yeah,
not for the boat and all the people within, I
yeah.
really don't know where I would be right now.
I am
I
so
really don't.
grateful. I am so grateful that we have you because you have
Thank
a
you.
message, you have a presence, you have a story, you have a purpose. And
Yeah.
I am really grateful that you are here so much.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm grateful. I am too.
I'm glad.
It just sucks that this is why.
Well,
uh,
but we
um,
can talk about other things when we're
well,
done
no.
talking about.
Yeah, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying it's one of those, it sucks so bad, but at the
Yep,
same time, it's so very important.
absolutely. Yep. It's one of those things where it's a terrible situation, but there can be purpose behind it. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be all for nothing. Your
Other
daughter
people. Yeah.
has still a purpose
Yeah.
in her life. Unfortunately, she didn't have the same type of community that we have found through Needing a Meeting, the
Yeah.
Lifeboat, Relatable Reese, Cults and Crims.
That's why.
Hopefully, hopefully. Oh, is that your phone?
Not any
Ring?
longer.
Okay.
I get with it today, Misha. Golly. But yeah, that's why I keep harping on the village because, I
Yes,
realized one day I didn't have that. They say it takes a village to raise a baby, and I never
it
had
sure
that.
does. Yep.
And oh, would it have
Yeah,
been amazing if we would have had that? And I want to help build a village so other people don't have to go through that because they've
that's
got
right.
people that are there to explain what they went through and to learn from that instead of, you know, just going blind. And when you
Yep,
have something wrong, that village will be able to say, hey, that's not her. So
that's
what's
right.
up? What
That's
can we
right.
do?
In the little town where I live, there's the high fives, and there are five basic principles that the school runs by. And this is the oldest continuous running school in our province. So, so many people who have lived here their whole lives have gone through that same system and still have that Hepburn high fives going through their brains. So,
Nice.
one of them is hands off, and they all start with H's. Hands off, healthy and happy. Um, I can't remember what the others are. But one of my funniest memories is knowing a little girl who would run around at recess in kindergarten. She would just give everybody hugs and just hugs.
Oh,
And the teacher had to come to her and say, "Sweetie, hands off means hugs too, because not everybody wants a
yeah.
hug."
You know,
How heartbreaking is that?
it really is.
Yeah, it
That
is.
says a whole lot because, something that was once such a beautiful thing
And it
has
still is.
now, yeah.
Yep.
But then
Yeah,
we
it's
have
been
to, it's just
something.
heartbreaking. And I
It is.
think that that's one of the reasons why I want to be such a voice out there because for so long we fit these taboos and we fit these, you have to follow these ways of being and you have to
Yep.
look like this. It's presentation. It's,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
everything that's wrong, you have to hide behind these facades. And
Well, yeah.
it's allowed so much evil to grow.
It's even on YouTube how we're not allowed to say the words SA.
Mhm.
We're not allowed to say unaliving yourself. You're not allowed to say that somebody has been unalived. You
Yeah.
have to use these code words. Um,
And then you get to talking, you either sound like you're an addict, a meth addict talking real fast because, or
Yeah.
you're having some kind of, yeah,
Something's going on.
just like what
Yeah.
happened just now, because I wanted to say something. I'm like, yeah, I probably better not say it like that.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're
It's an
talking to
alien way of
somebody
speaking.
who's, it is. When you're talking to somebody who has been the recipient of one of those actions, whether it's bullying, SA, somebody near them has unalived themselves or been unalived, um, that's a stupid way to have to say it because it's
It
not
is.
natural. It
It's
is not
almost
natural.
insulting, and yeah, it takes
It
away from
takes it
what
away.
happened because you're making it something that's not even, it's silly, and it's just, it's so degrading.
It is. It is.
There's a
It
lot
really,
that's degrading.
yeah.
The way that the victims are the ones that have to prove, which I do, because I understand that you don't want somebody to use that as a weapon. And those people that do that, oh, there's something, about that.
Yep.
Because then the victims, the ones that actually do go through it, have to go through 10 times harder because of that.
Absolutely.
But we have defended the rights, and I want to defend the rights of every single person regardless.
Yeah.
But we have defended the rights of the man who told me. We defend his rights. I've still not even been able to say Christina's name in court. But we have to make sure his rights.
Yep.
Just pop off into it, Misha.
No, that's okay. Hi, Cosmic. Nice to see you here too.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
We are not only the victims of the tragedy that happens, but we are the
That's right.
victims of society and
The
of
system.
people's. They don't understand. They don't know. They're scared. They don't. There's so many things that go along with it, and we're just trying to be able to reclaim our lives.
Absolutely. Yes.
Why do all
Absolutely.
these rights belong to other people, and not the people that didn't set out to do anything wrong to begin with?
Yep. Yep.
And then you
You're
become
absolutely
tainted,
right.
and you become an undesirable.
You become labeled.
Yep.
And you become feared because you are not normal. I
Like
hate
you
that
have a
word.
contagious disease because,
Yeah. Yeah. Like tragedy follows you around, right?
Yeah, which it does, but not in the way that, like that.
Yeah, it's not a communicable disease.
No.
It's not the, and we have to say this, it's not the C plus math.
Right.
It's not, right? Yeah.
They just want us to shut up. And I'm tired
Yeah.
of being seen and not heard.
That's right.
Now I'm
And
not going
nor
to be
should you
seen.
be.
I'm going to be heard.
Amen, sister. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Mary. I'm glad you're here.
Hi, Mary. I found his record recently.
Oh, okay.
47 charges.
Besides your daughter or including your daughter?
Well, this is something else. They have lumped in not only Christina's death, but the other woman who lost her life that we know of at his hands, literally. They've bumped that into one charge, which I think is so just crap anyways. What, to make it easier on you guys? Why? Because there should
disrespectful.
Be the murder of Christina Ray.
Absolutely.
It's just.
And the photo you have on your side of the screen of Christina Ray, beautiful, beautiful picture. She looks healthy. She looks well. She looks cared for. All of the things that you want for your child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's beautiful, girl.
And the things that it's just. I want my pound of damn flesh.
Yep. Absolutely. You want justice.
It's like we're blackballed. People are real interested, the reporters and things, at first.
Yep.
And then for some reason, they never answer back, or the attorneys never answer back. And,
Yeah.
it's hard not to be conspiratorial. It's hard not to think, what else do we not know, to go down that
Right.
rabbit hole of.
Yep. You're right.
And I'm tired, and so I'm going to be more emotional. I didn't even think about that one.
That's okay. So can you tell people why you're tired today? Because I think people need to hear that as well.
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. She had a rough night and didn't get to
Yeah.
sleep till very early this morning. And so it's I completely know what that's like. My reasons for doing that are 9 times out of 10 the mood disorder I have of bipolar disorder type 2. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so when my brain won't shut off, yeah. But I remember being a mom when my kids were young, and there were times when their brains wouldn't shut off. Therefore, I had to take care of them,
Right.
And so there's times when you have to take care of somebody else, therefore you don't sleep. Sometimes you have to take care of yourself,
Right.
therefore you don't sleep.
Well, and
And
I've
we
got my
all
youngest
just
is
have to
coming home
learn.
tomorrow. And so
Ooh,
I have a million and one things on my list of things that I want to get done for this and this. And
yes.
so that adds to the, and then just
Yep.
the revenge procrastination bedtime. What is it called? Oh, it's a new term that they're doing now.
Oh,
But it's where you've got so much that you have to do during the day. Then by God, at bedtime, you're not going to go to bed. You're going to stay up and do what you planned on, or you would like to do. You're going to watch a little bit of television. Or you're going to watch something, play a game or whatever, because, it's your choice to go to bed. Lord.
yep. Todd, so makers with
Hi, Todd.
I can't talk. Says he has narcolepsy and bipolar, and they like to fight. I can,
Ah,
yes, yeah. I don't have narcolepsy per se, but anybody who knows me, who's been around me in my house for any period of time, can tell you that there are times when I just down on the couch, and within 5 minutes I'm gone, and I'm
I
snoring, and it's not pretty.
I had been doing that recent drill. Gets where it gets a little dry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But no, I
Yeah,
had been doing that because I only set, like, whenever I wake up, like I get up and go back and forth to the kitchen and things like that, and outside the backyard. But I
yeah,
sit at my desk office chair from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, all day every
yeah,
day. That's all I do.
yeah.
And I had gotten to the point to where that I had just been falling asleep just like that, sitting here.
Mhm, mhm.
And
It
I'm
used
getting a little bit better, I think. But there for a few weeks, I was sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. All I wanted to do was sleep. And because of you, I saw that picture and it made me feel, and I think that really like jump started my being okay with it.
I'm so
Because
glad.
I told Bradley about it too. And he got this look of like understanding, like you could see the bells just going off like it did with me, that
Yeah,
your body's healing when it does that. And that was
absolutely.
so just helpful, very helpful for me.
I'm so glad. That's why I
I
like to
was,
post things on Facebook, is
yeah,
because you never know who needs to see it, who
yeah,
needs the uplift of the laughter, or who needs the sober thought of the thoughtful post, right?
right,
And I'm not originating, like 90% of what I post is not
right.
my
Me
original
either.
thought, but passing wisdom, same with this channel, same with
Hmm.
yourself, right?
Right, right.
This is the
Well, on
purpose.
Facebook, I used to be like, you could tell if there was a long novel, that was me.
Okay.
Otherwise, because I would get on
Yes.
my soapbox and I would tell the world how it was.
Yeah.
Um, Now I've learned to fight my battles, choose my battles a little differently. But
Yeah. Yep.
that's one thing about AI is you can take all that stuff. I need to do it. You can just take all that and download it and re-upload it, and then it can actually say things that you would say, and you're like, oh yeah, that's good. Write that down.
Mhm. Yeah. Just gonna
So
highlight,
free original thought.
Todd here for a moment. For the time being, he's gonna have to do videos, not lives, because he can't control his narcolepsy right now, and he can't take meds because of his heart. This man has
I
gone
worry about
through,
him.
yeah, Todd, my friend.
One's loved ones.
One's for Todd. Huge, huge, huge. Yes. Any positive thought, anything like that, we can. That's right.
I haven't been watching chat, but I see a lot of awesome, beautiful people that are in here.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We have court again the 22nd. I didn't even think we were gonna have court. I thought
Okay.
it was
What's
done.
happening at court?
Well, they didn't even tell me. I had to go through and find out what was going on, but apparently they said that he was incompetent to stand trial.
No way.
I spoke, yeah. And I was on that because I have to fight for this too, which I shouldn't have to. There's things called victims' rights. I've asked for an
Yes.
advocate. Nothing.
Yes.
One of these days I'm going to get to a point to where I am going to be mentally stable again.
Yep.
One of these days I'm going to get to a point where I can do the things that I need to do in succession to the correct way. Right now, I'm not where I need to be.
No.
And so I'm doing a lot of stuff, but I'm not able to get it to actually take action the way it needs to be done. And I have to give myself grace for that, even though it drives me nuts.
Absolutely.
I can't stand it. But I need an advocate. I think that I really think that I deserve to have an advocate that is within my rights to be able to have something like that. I just don't know how to find one. And if I ask them for it, you would think that they would. You'd think that they would. I think that's part of their job.
I have no idea how the American system works. So,
well, to make matters worse, because I'm in Oklahoma and it happened in Louisiana.
Oh, no. So you're not even local.
Yeah. And the sister of the other lady that lost her life, she was there and said that she watched him talking to his attorney and cutting up with his attorney like there was nothing wrong. And then when they went before the judge, it was total change. Now, see, halfway through, because I can do the Zoom video. Well, you're not supposed to be able to record. And I do the Zooms. But I don't know. I know that they say that no recording, as far as like the, the misclaimer or disclaimer, whatever they have on the Zoom.
Right.
So I don't know how it is in trial. But, I've got a couple of reporters that were supposed to be really big into wanting to find out what was going on. Can't get them to answer the phone. And I'm not a harper. I'm not one of those. I mean, I could be, but I've chosen to be very not.
Yeah. And it does have to be a choice because you have to choose your sanity so you don't dwell on it, or you choose the path of this is what I want for justice.
Right.
And unfortunately, sometimes they can go together. Unfortunately, not always. Right? Your peace might have to take precedence for the moment. Because once you are well, once your mind has healed enough, you are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I'm a force to be reckoned with right now. It's just more Tasmanian devilish.
Oh,
but I'm still a force.
Okay. No, when I say a force to be reckoned with, I mean something that somebody is going to have to pay attention to legally.
And they will.
Absolutely. Yep. The movie that's coming out about your daughter. Can you tell us more about that?
I really, I don't know a whole heck of a lot.
Okay.
Because I try to let him he's got total control over that.
Right.
He keeps me posted with certain things, it's such a conundrum. It's such a weird thing. Because you're forced with, I know that I've got to talk about it. I know that I've got to do this because otherwise I'm not going to get her message out.
Right.
But the whole time that I do, I feel like I fight that because it's like promoting. And so I have to battle that. And so I think that we've decided to he's doing the right thing with it. He is her friend, and he's got his reasons that he wants to spread this message as well.
Yeah.
He's and so I trust him.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be going and doing donations for the movie
Oh.
for people soon,
So is it
which
a
I think is
Kickstarter
great.
account, perhaps?
Huh?
Is it a Kickstarter that he's doing?
I don't know what that is.
That's where you go on the internet and it's group funding or crowdfunding for
Oh, I
something to
believe
be.
so. I
Okay.
believe so.
But
And then
one of
I
the
know that they're
apps to do
supposed
it.
to be, it's either Netflix or Prime. It's supposed to be. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got an
wow.
IMDb. Like it's
I saw
already,
the
like you could look it
IMDb
up.
page.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they've got some different promotional pictures, which there's one that I love. It's a backpack and it's got her name on a keychain.
Oh.
The girl that's playing her, I had to catch myself because I could have very easily latched onto her and become like an obsessive kind of person. And so I had to like
Yeah.
limit myself with that because I have to tell myself that she's not Christina, no matter if she's playing her or not.
What's the name of it again?
Our voices cry.
Our
Mhm.
voices cry.
And the trailer is supposed to be coming out, I believe, in November. And it'll be early next year when it comes out.
Okay, I'm going to put that into the. There we go. I'm going to copy. Whoops. Copy that and put it into the chat so that people can take a look, because it is something when attention is being paid to this,
Yeah.
that makes a difference. It
Yeah. And
makes a big difference.
he's supposed to be going and interviewing the police department and things. And that way he can see how that is ran. So he can put, if they're doing a great job, then he can put that spin on it,
Yeah. I want to highlight the job the police are
Yeah,
doing.
exactly. Exactly. And then one of
Yes.
the songs that I have written, I put it was actually the first one that I really did
Oh.
putting to music. And I started writing it for Christina, and then it became like a morphing it for both of us, and then it became a morphing for homeless. It's called Lullaby of the Streets, and that is actually going to be in the movie.
Just the name of it.
Yeah.
I've got pictures going through my head.
I will get it, and
Tearing
that
up
way
just
you can hear
thinking.
it. Yeah, it was
Oh,
the way that
wow.
it just started flowing. It's really kind of
Oh,
cool. And the fact
Misha.
that he decided to put that in the movie is beautiful.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so powerful.
I told you that she was working with him before
Yes.
everything happened, and she was
Yes.
wanting to, do it. It was going to be a documentary is what it started out being. And she was,
On
that's how we
homelessness.
got that's how we got the one picture, or not one, there's like 4 pictures of her in a gray hoodie.
Right. Yes.
He had taken those pictures of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not prepared today. I'm never prepared anymore, but
That's okay.
I'm
That's
very ill
okay.
prepared. But I
No,
want to
do you know
play.
what?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to be unprepared and just let it flow from your heart.
Yeah.
And that works. The words that need to come out will come out.
I was one time watching, I don't know if I told you this or not, but
Mm-hmm.
after everything happened, I started watching these where they rolled through the streets of like the bad areas in town and things. And they would just film, like they'd have the camera on and just roll through the streets.
Okay, yeah.
And they did one in Baton Rouge.
Mm.
And I was watching it, and I just got almost obsessed with watching them. And Bradley was like, I don't know why you do that. You're never going to find her. And I kid you not, 30 minutes later, I found her.
Oh, wow. And
She
were
was
you able
sitting
to
in a
make
golf.
contact at that point?
Well, no, this was after everything had happened. And so,
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah. Um, but she was in a golf cart, and I've got the video, but she was in the golf cart and she was sitting there, and you can't really tell because it's pixelated as heck, but it was her
But you know,
arms and it was
that's
her
right.
stature, and it was, I mean, I still have the shoes that she was wearing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Her
That's
sister had worn them home.
wonderful. Yeah.
And so,
Be have that to keep it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm,
this pain that I'm feeling, nobody should ever have to feel this.
no, no, they shouldn't.
But what's worse is the pain that she had to feel. She tried to get help.
Yeah.
I tried to get her help.
Yeah.
The system, all this money goes out to do what? There's all this money that gets spent because at the end of the year, the fiscal year, they have to have this amount of money spent. You know, they have all these
And if you
things, they
don't
have all
spend
these
it, you lose
grants.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have all these grants. I just, wouldn't it be funny if, you know, those shows that they do, like Undercover Boss,
If
if the
they did that for
politicians,
this,
yeah,
yes.
if the politicians were to, here's an idea for anybody that's listening out there that has the kind of power to do the show. Have them
Yep.
dress up for their, you know, wherever their districts are. If they're making decisions for their entire area, then they should know every single person that they represent and what the struggles are.
Mm-hmm. Or they should dress up as somebody who is unhoused and live on the street for a week.
Well, yeah, that's what
See
I
what
was
it's
saying.
really like,
Yeah,
you
to
know?
be undercover and actually see the, because, you know, people are like, well, they're not working. They're just laying around living off of our money, our taxpayer money. No, they're
Yeah.
not. I've been homeless, and you know, you have to find a place that you can run your clothes. If you have more than one outfit, you have to find a way to be able to wash it, and you don't get to do that every single day. You don't get to put on clean clothes every single day. You're going to smell.
No.
You don't get to wash yourself. You feel dirty. You're laying in the streets. Well, guess what? You're getting all that grimy, yucky, nasty. It stays with you. You don't just wash it off. It stays with you. And so you feel bad yourself. And then you're trying to get a job and you have no address to put down. You don't have a phone. And so you don't have transportation usually. And so you don't have a way to go back and check on the job if you got it. You can't do your follow up. Just a regular job. It
Mm-hmm.
takes an act of Congress. And then
Yep.
you look like you're not reliable because, well, if you don't have that, then how am I going to know that I can call you into work? You
That's
know,
right.
there's so many little bitty factors. You don't have a healthy diet at all because you don't have a way to cook it. And whenever you're digging in the trash, and literally when you feel yourself eating that first donut from that trash can because you're so hungry and you're scared to death, is this going to be protein from ants? There's so much more to it than just what you see on the damn TV. And instead of not even feeling sorry for it, because nobody out there wants you to feel sorry for them, honestly.
No.
They want you to look them in the eye. They want to remember that they are human because they're starting to doubt it themselves. They just don't want you looking down on them. They just don't want you making it harder on them.
Yeah.
They're not out there. You know, my baby girl ran away because her dad did unspeakable things to her. And she was so embarrassed that she never even told me. She just ran away.
I can honestly say I know what it's like to be in that family because that's what happened to my sister. She didn't run away, but those unspeakable things happened to her for many years. My heart is absolutely bleeding for you, my friend.
I didn't have any family. So obviously, I also didn't have any money. I had to work like people
Yeah.
do. Well, at age 12, my oldest one was 12. I couldn't get assistance for daycare, which I couldn't get any other assistance, anyways, besides that, because, I was stupid and became a felon. Um, but the daycare was like 12, at that time, it was like $1,200 a month. And at that time, being a felon, that's about all I could make a month.
Oh yeah.
And so it didn't, it was,
At that point, you're volunteering to go to work.
yeah. And being
Yeah.
without your children. Because at
Yeah.
age 12, even though they were 12, 11, and 10, that was old enough that they weren't going to pay for the child care anymore. And so that's where a whole mess of other stuff started happening.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, because I didn't know about families betraying, especially their, most vulnerable, most precious.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I thought it's their grandparents. I thought I got them away from it. You know,
What
she
happened next?
deserves to sit
She
and be
does.
respected and looked
Yes.
upon as who she.
Who she was here, not what you could see, but here, right? Her spirit, her kindness, her heart for other people, her desire to make things better.
To make herself invisible just to make everybody else happy.
That's right.
And for her to be so disrespected that even in her death,
Mm-hmm.
she was raped on a bus, a public bus. She was found in a ditch once. She was left for dead. And all of these things, I knew these things, but I couldn't register them in my head, I guess. I don't know if that was for lack of being able to do anything about it. I don't care. I should have done something about it. I should have damn done something about it.
I cannot imagine the pain that you've gone through, Misha. I cannot imagine the choices that you had to make, the impossible life circumstances that you would have had. Impossible. You must have felt incredibly powerless as well. You say that you should have done something, but with the lack of power that you had, please give yourself a little bit of grace, my friend, because we can all look back and see all of the ways that we could have done something different. I've been
That's why
told,
I want to be there. That's why I want to be there for people. That's why I want to get myself where I can be to be there for people. And I want to
yes,
empower other people to be able to get themselves to where they can be there for other people.
yes,
Because I was alone this whole entire damn time. And I don't want people to have to be that way.
yep,
If she wouldn't have been alone, and if the service system, they pledge to serve and protect, but that's only certain people.
yep. If you have the right zip code, if you have the right skin, if you have the right job, there you are.
And we as people follow along with that now.
Yeah,
I mean, even people in an everyday, ordinary community follow along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it could stop first.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as throwaway people.
No.
Everyone, if they are at that position where you think it's okay to throw them away, can you only imagine what it took for them to get there? And instead of looking at what you think they're doing right now, which you don't know,
Yeah.
for the most part, you can just assume.
Yeah.
And whatever you think that is so much worse than what you are, imagine what it took for them to get there.
Yep. Nobody grows up saying, "Oh, my dream for my life is to be homeless. My dream for my life is to walk the streets. My dream for my life is to," these terrible choices that people are forced to make. They're not doing it because they've chosen to.
I realized not that long ago that I was wearing masks for everybody in my life.
Yeah.
Not just myself, but for everybody in my life. Not even if they asked it. You know, I would defend my boyfriend before anybody even thought anything because I didn't want them thinking that he was bad. That was, you know.
Yeah.
I wore a mask for my boss because they asked too much of me. And I didn't want people to think that I was overworked or being taken advantage of. And so I would wear that mask.
And
I
you
would
didn't
wear a
want to
mask
feel
for the
lazy.
person. Yeah. I didn't want
Yeah.
to feel like I was being taken advantage of because, you know, that happens enough as it is. So to fool
Oh,
my
yeah.
own self, I would put on another mask. I would put on a mask for the person at the supermarket because they just had so much going on.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being the brunt. I'm tired of it being okay. What freaking in the world made me think that it was okay for me to be in pain? I taught my kids that. We've got to stand up.
As a parent, frequently we choose pain for ourselves, hoping, unfortunately not realistically, but hoping that that pain doesn't have to happen to our children. Like you
Yeah.
just said, you're modeling it for your children, though.
Yep. Our kids grow up thinking that we're their heroes, whether we are or not, whether we deserve that.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so if a little girl or a little boy watches their parents be physically, verbally, any kind of abuse.
Yep.
If it's okay for them and they're my hero, then it's okay for me.
Yeah.
That is where generational trauma starts. And then we grow up and we try to fix the errors of our parents, but we're not educated in how to. We just know that they did this and they did that. So we're not going to do that. And then we have a whole new set of problems that we have to deal with. But if we could come together, and I'm cussing a lot tonight, Kim, and I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're doing okay. If I were in your shoes, I'd be doing the same and worse, I am sure.
If we could just come together. And I know I say this and I sound like a broken record, but I need people to come together with me. I have good things that I can do, that I can put forward. But you have good things that you can do, that you put forward. And together, that makes a much better thing that we can put forward.
Absolutely.
It's not a competition. I don't want to be better than the next person. I just want to be able to become something better for our children and their children.
Be part of the mosaic of healing.
Yeah. Kintsugi.
Everybody's different. Everybody has its own little picture. But when all of those little pictures of healing come together,
my God.
Oh, the image that can be made.
Yeah.
And the change that can be made.
I get really tired sometimes and think I can't do anything. And then I tell myself how silly that is because there's a reason I'm here.
That's right.
There's a reason that I've went through what I have. There's a reason that you've
Yeah.
went through what you have.
Yeah.
And that old cliche about making lemonade. What the hell else are we going to do with it? You know, lemon juice is sour as heck.
But it's a good cleaner. It's a
It
good
is.
disinfectant.
But if you lay in it,
It'll
can't
eat
be
you
good.
alive.
Yeah.
Nope.
So why not make lemonade out of it? Something good to come out of it. I know this is not really, it's really very off topic for a lot of this stuff.
Not at all. Rick has an excellent point here. You have done great by not letting her be forgotten, shouting her name from the rooftops. She would be proud of what you are doing. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Rick, for saying that.
We only have so long in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how long it's going to be.
Nope.
Just be kind. Stop wanting more than the next person.
Yeah. If you see somebody sitting on the street who's obviously lived there for a while, giving them money may not be something you want to do. Sometimes you want to. I don't know you and your choices, but like Misha was saying, look them in the eye, smile and say,
best thing.
Nice to see you. Right?
That's the best thing you can do is look at them like they're human because they're losing that part of them. And they're being treated like they're not. They're being treated like they don't matter. They don't deserve. They're just a disgrace. You know, people, it's now, I told you this, I think, that it's illegal in my county to be homeless.
Really?
Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard?
Are they building free houses for people then? Like,
no. No, they just want to make sure that they have a parade and that the homeless people aren't in the way. Literally, that was said in the Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
They're out there filming them now, and they're picking on them. They're going out there with specific reasons to pick a fight, to make them look like they're worse than they are, because, hey, you might get 20,000 likes.
Well. That's right.
Oh,
that's despicable.
It's disgusting.
It is. Oh, wow. That's inhuman.
Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, it is just as much all of our fault that there is such a problem as homelessness as the people that are affected by it the worst. Because every one of it, myself included, every single one of us could do more than we do. At this moment right now, I have clothes that I could take. At this moment right now, I have things that I could be doing that would help.
Yeah.
We've got to stop letting everybody else save us.
Yeah.
My daughter, Christina, did not deserve that life.
Nope. And saying her name loud and proud is awesome. Her name was Christina Ray. She had a life. She had a purpose. And her legacy will live on because you are keeping it for her. You're keeping that flame alive.
And I'm fighting.
Thank you, Misha.
I'm fighting.
Yeah.
And some days it's really okay. My personality, my attitude, I can make it.
Yep.
And I really don't want to be like this every time I go on. And I don't want to show myself as sporadic and all over the place and all that. But sometimes I think it's kind of necessary because I want to know that we're not all
being real.
Yeah. We're not all perfect all the dang time. And I want people to see that I'm going to make a great comeback. Christina got robbed of hers. I'm going to make that.
Absolutely, you will. Yep. You're working at it and you're working hard. And somebody who's never been through anything has no idea how hard that work is, how exhausting that work is.
And I hope they never do.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
We can't give up, y'all. We can't give up.
Oh,
Next time I'll do it. Right now I can't because I was going to find a picture of her when she was a baby.
we just got paused there for a moment.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. At the 101 mark.
Really? Wow.
Who knew? Poltergeist, I guess.
Right? I had to stop
Yeah.
at 717, and that's her number.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, because
wow.
the doggies were barking at that time. I noticed it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She, even at the depths of everything, she was more worried about everybody else.
Crystal says, keep sharing her story and yours so others can learn how to be better. And people can learn from you how to walk through these situations when they find themselves in a similar situation. They can learn from you how to walk through it with grace and courage.
No, I don't know if
Because
it's always grace and courage, and I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but I'm still walking.
the fact that you're walking is courageous. Forgiving yourself for things that woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's grace. And without that, you will eat yourself alive like the lemons,
Yep.
right? You need to show yourself a little grace and mercy.
But not so much that I grow complacent. There's a fine line.
There sure is. Yep. Yep.
There's something to be said about, because like when you said that I don't want to be the person that people give grace to because of what I've been through, because I don't like that.
Is
I
that
want to be the
grace or is
person
that
that's
pity?
struggling. Yeah. I want to be the person that's just struggling like all the rest of us are.
Yeah.
Just every day, people are out there and they're not all assholes, they're not all throwaway. And what you think you know about somebody is never what it really is.
Exactly. Mary has a very good point. It's okay for you to come on an ugly cry.
I love you, Mary. Thank
your
you.
family is here surrounding you with love. Todd
now you
says
understand one of the reasons why you don't see my face.
Yeah. You have to add fire to metal to temper the steel.
Yes, sir.
This is your tempering process.
And you know what? I've been through the forge, and I will be that mighty weapon that I was born to be.
That's right. It's a big, hot, scary, messy, painful process.
Yeah.
It includes
there's beauty in it.
Down to your soul, and then being pounded into shape. Yeah. Right?
I'm not one of those just plastic things. I'm something that's going to be standing the test of time.
Yeah.
There's reason for this, and we all have it. Some of us are just stubborn and have to be forced into it sometimes. Some of us think we can go our way, but we can't.
I feel a little attacked here. That's
Oh gosh. So I think I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm drained. Not a conventional interview.
That's okay. No, my channel isn't about traditional interviews. My channel is all about chatting, having a discussion, allowing our hearts to show, allowing people in the chat to show their hearts toward us. That is so much more important to me than an interview where I have to get these questions asked and answered. And forget all that. I'd much rather hear your heart.
I love you. You were just awesome. I love your channel.
Thank you so much, Misha.
One of these days you're going to get an intro.
Like I said before we were on, I appreciate that you are taking the time and the concerted effort to make it special. And I am not going to be impatient because I know your brain has to work on this pretty hard. And it has a few million other things that it has to work on. And like Mary likes to say, we are not broken glass. We are put together as
Disco
a
balls.
disco ball.
Yeah,
That's
I love
right.
that.
This is my disco ball right here.
Ooh, it's purple too. I like it shiny.
I know, right?
Yes.
I love purple. It's my favorite.
I do too.
Yeah.
And that purple people eater thing looks really, really soft too.
It's a squishmallow.
Yes, my grand princess loves squishmallows. Yes, she's only got about 300 of them, I think.
They sell them at my daughter's grocery store.
Oh.
So she gave me that one for my birthday. It's a Bigfoot.
I love it, love it.
Yeah, they are wonderful.
Yeah, I guess my message for today is just to appreciate the people that you have around you as much as you humanly can.
Yep.
And be grateful that when you're a cactus, that they're still willing to stick around.
Yep.
And that was for a particular person.
Okay.
Remember,
there's a soft side to Velcro and a stick and a prickly side to
Velcro. I love
it. You need them both.
Listen to you. I love that.
I sound so profound.
Yes, very, very. I love it. Awesome. I do. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for letting me come on here.
You're welcome. I appreciate your vulnerability because it takes strength to be that vulnerable. If you were weak, you would just hide and nobody would ever know anything. You are a strong, courageous, powerful woman, and I appreciate you.
Wait till I find those shoes and step in them. They're out there somewhere.
That's right.
All right, girly.
All righty.
You guys, thank you for coming in. I feel y'all. I do. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the love that you've shown in the chat. I just look over every now and then, and yeah.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome.
We're not alone anymore, and that is so amazing.
Nope, we're not. Yeah.
All right, girl. Oklahoma, bye.
Saskatchewan, out.
Out, y'all. Mwah.
Have a great night, my friend. Try to get some sleep.
Yeah, I got to be up early to go get my kiddo tomorrow. Yeah.
There you go. Yes. Awesome.
All right, y'all.
Okay. Mwah. Have a good night. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your support of Misha. I can't tell you how much that helps my heart to see your support and to see your love, the community that you make, people in the replay crew. I know you're not here in the chat, but I do know that your heart is right here with us. So thank you so much. Come back on Thursday because I will be talking to Sandy Wandy about her journey with weight loss and her love of walking. And I don't know if I should say it out loud, but in my brain, I'm thinking maybe we're talking about walking. Maybe I should be walking when we have this discussion. So you might see me outside walking around my community as much as my back will allow. And I'll see you on Thursday, and I'll see you on the replay, and bless you all. Have a great night.